is that the Sydney Morning Herald? I think it was Sydney. Did they just use ray gun as a? And this is where I'm going to expose myself as a adjective. Is that right? This is why I didn't. This is why I'm sleeping on the floor and you're all driving around in fucking Mercedes Benz, all you journos, because I couldn't explain what an adjective was. Even though the very explanation I'm giving says that I understand what it is, I just sometimes forget the specifics. You can't do that. You couldn't do that and get into university back in my day. My day. I like that it's at least a... Ray gun is at least not her actual name. So it's a complicated set of preconditions that follow along in this thing. I wonder whether we can stomach this kind of thing. How can she monetize this as well? You've done a ray gun. It seems a little bit too, considering it ray gun, it's a little bit too set up, I feel. But it's such a powerful moment in time, isn't it? One that's etched into our subconscious now. I wonder, is the office the ray gun? What does that mean? What are you saying there? A ray gun is now when an Australian tries to do something and fails. That's a ray gun. But what if, like, I would really dig in to find out the depths that this goes. I think Ray Gunn fucking won gold. I think Rachel Gunn won gold. In my understanding of what breakdancing is all about, it blew up massively. That's a win. She won gold. It's like after the buzzer. We just don't know. No one knows enough. Like she won. She won. The moment we've got a major newspaper using her name as and it's like wrong. It's like, one more. You can't use it because I don't know who wrote that article, but I know what a ray gun is now, and you just used it. The moment your persona, your alias, gets used as an adjective in a major newspaper, you won gold. It's like an 8 Mile, like that was what Eminem did. So yeah, and like honestly, I'm sorry. Just very unconventionally, but that's the beauty. That's what Australians do. We are unconventional because we have to be. We live down the bottom. We live on the underside of the table that has been held up for so long. And so of course we do things out of the ordinary. If that is her signature, and then she's done that, and then she's risen to global fame, she won. That's the whole point of breakdancing, is it's a battle. She did it in time, which is a very Australian thing to do as well. So good on you, Rachel. Look forward to seeing that gold medal hung around your neck. And there's just no way. It's like, She knows as well. She knows that she won. Because I trust her ability that she knows the spirit of breakdancing. The spirit of breakdancing, you see, is that all people can meet in that circle with equal, and so it cannot be purely based on a physical, especially acrobatic things that are very skilled. It has to be open, I think, in the moment. And the fact that she's used all these things either geniusly, intentionally, or not, it doesn't really matter. If you were in the middle of a breakdancing fight and a pterodactyl came down and passed you a feather, you would win. Just by pure, you would. How would you beat that? She won. She won gold in the only ever breakdancing in the Olympics. And I think the history books will show that. So, at the same time as lifting ray gun up, I have to fucking drop fucking Hemsy, mate. Like, I think you're maybe a bit older than me. I will admit I wasn't super into cartoons and things like that. I had other things to do. But like all like I've got kids now that are almost adults. Kids movies, I've seen all of them. I haven't really, a lot of them I don't care about. But usually when there's a kind of decentish one, you're like, oh, I have an interest. I'm like, I'd like to watch that. Whether I do or not is dependent, and a lot of times I fall asleep pretty quickly as soon as I put it on. But this fucking I'm sorry, mate, there's just nothing about it is fucking of anything. And I can explain, like, if it's not getting to me, I feel like you've targeted like the lowest common denominator here, and it's showing. I didn't realise that I was going to style myself as a film critic this morning. And I feel a bit bad because it's like, but I'm like, do better. You can do better. Do it here if you can, and do it in real life. We're going to be surrounded by these AI cartoonish things, whether we want it or not. And I think I'd honestly, and I also speak for most women out there, I think, that they would rather see you just talking in a chair than hear your voice in this thing. You've missed what you are, I think. Although you have a beautiful voice, lovely voice. I can keep going. I can make this really fucking weird. I'm trying to find out where to go. It's just the wrong calculation. I feel sorry. Maybe you can, sell it. I'd revoice it with other actors. Just sell it to like foreign market under a different thing with an exclusive kind of, just stop trying to promote it at this level and then use that as a thing and say, just kidding, actually this was all just promotion for Chris Hemsworth sitting in a chair talking. And maybe you just like every 20 minutes you take one other bit of clothing off. And I reckon that's bang on where you want to be. And go on the fly, because you're obviously very capable of it. You're a charming, beautiful Australian man, and I think the production costs, I'll lend you the fucking chair, mate. I've got a chair here, I've got about 4. And shipping, I probably don't even need a ship. I reckon I've got, wherever you are, you're over the other side. I reckon we can get you a chair. Hopefully it'll be one of those green, I don't know what colour Queenslanders have. I don't even know whether you're from Queensland or whether you're just actually Byron Bay, that's in New South Wales, isn't it? Maybe, I don't know whether your plastic chairs are green over there or whether they're white, but I reckon you get one of those chairs. And I want to see you sitting around a glass outdoor table with your mates, because I'm sure that is consistently right across. And I think that's more interesting. I think even for the American market is more interesting than seeing or hearing you voice what looks like a 90s level animation TV show. And I'm sorry. I can't, there's nothing else I can do. Even if that storyline is like Dickens level storyline, like a Christmas Carol level storyline with intense character development and a story that just pervades, and that we can feel is going to contribute to humanity for far beyond the life of its writer. I can't excuse, in this one case, I cannot excuse the method used to compile this piece of garbage. And yeah, so I hope it's all a big practical joke to reveal the actual real project that's going on, which is that rollerblading one that I let you know about a couple of weeks ago, in which you and your brother Liam make a movie about two brothers that moved to Cooper Pedy, went off grid and just honed their rollerblading skills, and there is a secret rollerblading global movement that has been working on counteracting the strategic damage done to the rollerblading world with that joke that we all know about. Because I, just like you, I know that I'd pretty much, in Australia as well, I'd watch those cartoons if it was raining or if I had to be stuck in the house. But pretty much if I wasn't doing that, I was rollerblading or then skateboarding and surfing. But rollerblading, I think there's a time capsule there to just find as much rollerblading content that we can find from that period that is this was all going on during that period. There was cartoons that looked like that and they were okay, but rollerblading was the real fucking deal. That was the real hot diggity dog activity that was going on. And so, yeah, I feel like that's the play. Like, you've stimulated that in all of us to see those archaic looking posters up on bus stops and things like that, and seeing you do this, you're doing a very good job in this promotion, actually making it seem like this is really a movie that's coming out. But and I think that's a genius marketing trick in itself, just to stimulate. It's like that cartoon, it's brought us all back, and then you're going to very much, I think, break the fifth wall and be like, just kidding, fuck, this is what really is happening. And then I think the video of you in the chair is explaining that's the real clincher. It's going to clinch that Australian identity right through to the bone, right through to the marrow. We've broken the bone and the marrow's just dripping out. We're collectively sucking that lamb chop for all its marrowy goodness, as we hurl the bone into the bit of scrub or over the back fence or whatever we do, and grab another one, an eye off the one that's left, because you've either got that bit where the thing, or you've got the bit with the marrow bone, and I think we all love the marrow bone. So yeah, to hear that collective slurp initiated by Thor himself is going to be a wonderful moment in time as we rollerblade into the new world. Also, I mean, I'd be happy to direct it if you'd want. I got some ideas. There's a whole because the whole thing is, it has to be you got to go fully into it. This is what usually I don't get that much energy towards a project unless I feel like it's something there. But I think there's a lot of, you got to start thinking. It's this wasn't filmed on phones. It wasn't filmed digitally even. This was filmed on video cameras. Time capsule shit. They went off the fucking map. Honed their skills. They've created an entire fucking underground world in Cooper Pedy, the home of the opal. Remember that show Genie from Down Under? That was all about opals. It's low budget. It's it's Crocodile Dundee shit. All right, just keep it under your nose though, lads. Right, this is why I'm here, fucking off the radar, because it's time. it's time to bring it back. I know as well, I think for me as well, I grew up on a bush block. It was 20 acres, and luckily my dad used to breed dogs. We had this big bit of concrete, which was his dog kennels. And so we had a place to rollerblade that was pretty amazing, but you can't rollerblade on dirt. And so rollerblading has it's the Australian mindset around it, I think, is very, very unique. And I think we can go on that. Hence the reason. I just instantly thought, because it's gone underground, and then I thought metaphorically to use Coober Pedy, which is a city that lives underground. You know, I just, yeah. Maybe I'm new to this. Maybe that's too much to try and to squeeze into one thing, but I don't think so. I think it can be done. I think we have the talent in this country to produce something like that, as we've shown in the past. And I think it's it would be an amazing project to work on. And I'm just, you know, you could say I'm ambitious trying to pitch this to or you could say that you're all very lucky to be included in this. It's up to everyone to decide really where we are, but I just would like to see this movie be made, and I think we can. And I think we can do it at that level. Although, this is my warning, as I make all warnings. If this is not, if you all do this, I will do this. My schedule is open now. So I'll do this low budget, I'll do this guerrilla style, and it will still be the same movie. I just am passing an olive branch because I'd like it to have all the best chance to do what I think it can do. And very much like you're trying to sell this Transformers thing, it's the same methodology, except it's a lot better thought out. And it's a lot more appropriate for this actual moment in time. But go and do all your, go and do your things where you ask people, and I guarantee you, this is a gold mine or an opal mine.